how copper and zinc can help heal your joints. So recently, I want to tell you a little story. Recently, I ran and completed my first 5K race. Now, I know for you runners out there that just may not seem like much, right? But for me, this marked a significant victory in my life as I had just started running again a year ago. Now, I started out jogging last summer to help with weight control. Actually, what happened is I had a COVID infection. I had healed from that and recovered, but I just felt that I was not as healthy as I wanted to be. I was doing okay with my diet, but I was kind of missing something. And I knew that I wanted to get more physically active, and I decided I just wanted to run again. And so I started jogging to help with weight control. But, as I progressed my distance, my conditioning, it really got a lot better, right? And so then, I'm always kind of that type A personality, and I'm always thinking well, if a little is good, more is better, right? And I'm always trying to challenge myself. And that's what I decided to do. My conditioning was getting better, the running was coming together, and I said, you know what? I need to challenge myself. I decided I was going to run in a 5K race. Now, I got to tell you, when I first started jogging last summer, I was only able to jog for a quarter mile before I had to stop and walk. I got to tell you, that muscle burn in my legs, it made my thighs and my feet feel like just blocks of concrete. It was just killing me, to even push past that quarter mile. And then my back would tighten up, and my lower back would get super, super tight. It was all that lactic acid buildup. And I would just, quarter mile was it. And I would have to, run, walk. And, over time, and I just stayed persistent with it, I was able to start pushing my distance longer. I was able to shorten the walking distance. And eventually I got to the point to where I could cover 2 miles, without stopping. And then it got to the point where I could cover 2.5 miles. And finally, a week before the 5K race, I actually completed that first 3.1 miles. I had to make sure that I could do it. I didn't want to go into this race and embarrass myself. So, it took me a year, but I was able to work myself up to that. Now, when I was in high school, I ran cross country, if you can believe that. I ran cross country in the 9th grade, but I switched to football the next year because, quite honestly, cross country is hard. That is difficult and it is painful. And I was like, you know what? I would rather get hit than I would run. So I played football for the next 3 years. Now, when I was on active duty in the Army, we ran. We ran quite a bit. And when I left the military in 1992 and I started college, I actually started working into competitive powerlifting meets. And like most weightlifters, cardio is like a bad word. You just don't do it, And I stopped running and I just didn't do any cardio. And I just focused on weight training and getting bigger and heavier and stronger. And I had not done any jogging since 1992 until last summer. So after I finished this 5K, it really got me thinking. It made me think that, in the thoughts that came to my mind, one of them was that running and life, they're a lot alike. And in fact, that both running and life can be very physically demanding. But both are also much more of a mental challenge. So much of everything that we do is just in our heads. You see, what I found was that the more you think about it while you're running, the harder it gets, Suddenly, that distance, it can seem like it's a lot further. Your legs can seem a lot more tired. You can feel like you're breathing a lot heavier. Your mind, it just keeps telling you these things over and over again, and it starts playing this loop in my head. And then I start telling myself, well, maybe it is too far. Maybe it is too hard. I could really just stop and walk, right? And what I found, one of the things that I did was I found that if I distracted myself from that, I could definitely go further. And I could run better, and I would not think about it as much. So I started wearing earbuds, and I initially started listening to music, and then I started listening to podcasts. And as that, it just took my mind off of everything. I was able to distract myself, and actually running got easier. You see, once I could distract my mind, I found that I started focusing on the positive things during the run. Things such as, hey, how good is it going to feel when I finish? And all of the great progress that I was making. I started focusing on things like just putting one foot in front of the other, right? And I started thinking about how far I had gone, not how much was left. You know, when you distract your mind from the negative things and you focus on all of the positives, it is absolutely amazing as to what you can achieve. And I think that this holds true with life in general. The more we focus on the positives, the easier it is for us to keep moving forward. But you see, if you create this negative loop in your mind, all it does is that it allows yourself to start believing all that negativity, which will hold you back. So speaking of holding you back, if you are lacking in copper and zinc in your diet, it can really affect your joints. So let's talk about copper first. Now, I'm not talking about copper braces. I'm talking about copper as a supplement. You see, copper plays a huge role in your health. It is essential for things like brain development and maintenance of your brain health, efficient communication between nerve cells, maintenance of your skin and connective tissue. It's necessary for wound healing, heart and blood vessel health to keep them healthy. It keeps blood cells healthy. It's necessary for energy production and also collagen formation. Now here's how it helps you. Copper will reduce the rate of arthritis. It will support joint health through its role in collagen production. It has cancer prevention through its antioxidant properties. It reduces blood pressure and cholesterol levels. It improves the immune system, and it helps prevent osteoporosis. So, copper has a very, very important role in the creation of connective tissue. Now, healthy connective tissue, it is needed for your cartilage, for your discs, for your blood vessels. You see, what it does is copper helps with the cross-linking, okay, the coming together, cross-linking of collagen and elastin. And it does this during the process of creating the connective tissue. Now, when collagen and elastin are effectively cross-linked, there is less wear and tear on the joints because your connective tissue is stronger. So what does this mean to you? Well, without copper in your body, your joints will wear out faster. You're going to get arthritis quicker, degenerative disc disease, disc problems. Overall, it is going to lead to more pain. You see, and this happens by impairing the aspects of the collagen-elastin cross-linking that I talked about, but also the immune process and the tissue repair process. So now, let's shift gears and let's talk a little bit about the joint healing power of zinc. Now, most of us already know that zinc can improve your immune system. You know, it can help you recover faster from a cold. But here's probably what you didn't know, that zinc has a very significant healing power for the cartilage in your joints. Arthritis and other degenerative diseases, they're characterized by high oxidative stress, resulting in cartilage cell death and cartilage damage. Now, zinc has been implicated in the antioxidant capacity of the cell. And the lack of zinc can inhibit the growth of cartilage cells, okay? So without getting too technical, zinc inhibits the enzymes which contribute to the oxidation in the joints. And zinc activates the defense enzymes that destroy free radicals in the body. Now there's several studies that have shown that zinc can protect the joints against arthritis, and it is an effective supplement to keep your joints healthy. So not only are copper and zinc essential minerals for your overall health, they're good for your joints too. So take a look at your current joint supplement and see if you have copper and zinc in there. Which, by the way, if you're having trouble with back pain, then you really must check out our back pain breakthrough session. You see, this is a one-on-one session with one of our licensed therapists who will get to the root cause of your back pain. Not only that, but they'll get you pain relief in that first session, and they're going to get you on the right track. All you got to do, just click on the link below to find out more and book your session. As always, I'm going to leave you with a thought-provoking quote. This one is from Henry Ward Beecher. What he said was, quote, It's easier to go down a hill than up it, but the view is much better at the top, unquote. So chew on that one, and until next time, power your life and keep moving forward.